morning children. In last class we discussed about force, different types of forces and what are its effects. And today we are going to learn about motion, laws of motion, and we have Newton's laws of motion we have in this lesson. And before going to Newton's laws of motion, there are few scientists who said about motion: Aristotle and Galileo Galilei. And first we come through what is Aristotle is doing, what is the explanation he is going to give. According to Aristotle, what is the main is whenever the natural tendency of any body is to come into rest, and any body which is in motion, definitely it has to come to rest. And then after, what the Galileo used to say that whenever a body is in motion, and Galileo conducted some experiments by using inclined planes. And whenever he conducted some experiments by using inclined planes, and for example, we took inclined plane and he just released a ball from here. And we know that whenever a ball is released from certain height, it is going to come down. And when it is coming down, the velocity of the ball is going to be increases. And it's come very fastly by increasing its velocity. And also he took next one, he took another inclined plane and with some angle, and he releases it from point, same angle of inclination. The angle of inclination of both inclined points are same. And if we release from here, the ball is going to come by increasing velocity. Then after he is going to reach some certain point. From there the ball is going to be, so that the point at which the ball is reaching again is the same point. In next one, he took another inclined plane and then the angle of inclination of another one is going 0 and he released. Then the ball is going to come downwards and the ball which is continuously is in motion. So according to Aristotle, the natural tendency of any body is to come into rest. So there is no need of any explanation for the rest. But whenever a body which is in motion, and if a body continuously is in motion, definitely some external agent is required. What Galileo used to want to say that external agent is required for a body in order to be in motion. And even if the body is reached from certain point, the ball will be continuously in motion, and whenever it is going to move on the inclined plane, the velocity of the object increases continuously, and if the surface is smooth, the ball is going to move very fastly. And we know that there is one force which opposes the motion of the objects which are moving on the plane surface. What is that force we are called as? Friction. Then by studying these two laws, Aristotle and Galileo laws, and Newton gave three laws of motion which we called as Newton's laws of motion. Newton's laws of motion. Newton is the person who gave the laws of motion which laid the foundation for modern physics. In 1687 he gave three laws. Newton's first law, Newton's second law, Newton's third law. There are three laws Newton gave. That first law, today we are going to discuss about first law and what are the different types, and second law, third law we are going to discuss in further classes. And today we are going to discuss Newton's first law. What is Newton's first law? He is trying to explain. Newton's, by studying the experiment of Galileo, and he gave three laws, and in the first law, second law, third law. In Newton's first law is also called as inertia, because what Newton wants to say that if a body wants to be in rest, or if a body comes into motion, for example, if a body is continuously at rest, if you come into motion, definitely there is an external agent is required. That is what? Force. So what Newton wants to say that in Newton's first law, he gave the definition of force. So if a body if you want to make a body from rest to motion or motion to rest, definitely there is an external agent is required. That is what is called as force. So Newton's first law is also called as inertia. So what is inertia is nothing but it is a resistance, the inability. For example, Newton's first law is of three types. It is divided into three types. It also called as inertia, and we have inertia of rest, inertia of motion, and inertia of direction. Today we are going to discuss about the first law. This Newton's first law is also called as what? Inertia, and it is also called as Galileo law of inertia because he tried to explain a Galileo observation. So, what is inertia actually? For example, a book is placed on a table is at rest. So, unless you apply a force, a book does not change its direction or position. So, definitely there is an external agent is required, that what we call as force. So, what is inertia? For example, before you apply a force on an object, the state what it has is called as inertia. For example, a body is at rest, continually it will be at rest. A body will be in motion is in motion continuously. Until you apply a force, a body does not change from rest to motion or motion to rest. For example, inertia is class. What is inertia? Avoid anything. Inertia is nothing but the inability or the resistance to change its state of rest or motion. That is called as inertia. It is classified into three types. Again, inertia of rest, inertia of motion, and inertia of direction. First, we will know what is inertia of rest. Inertia of rest, for example, we are going to see that whenever a person is standing in the bus, suddenly if the bus starts, the passenger is going to fall backward. Why it is happens? Why? Because if a person stands in a bus, when he hold, then if the bus starts suddenly, the foot is along the bus, so that the foot comes into motion, whereas upper part is still at rest. That's what we call as inertia of rest. And because of inertia of rest, whenever a bus starts suddenly, the passenger is going to fall backward. That is because of inertia of rest. And when we stand inside the bus starts suddenly, the upper part is at rest, whereas the lower part comes into motion along with the bus. That's why the passenger is going to fall backward. And here we have various examples in inertia of rest. For example, when we are playing carrom board, when we, for example, if we made a number of points one on another, if we just strike one coin at the bottom coin will move, the other coins will fall exactly. Why? Because the all other coins will be in the state of inertia of rest. If you apply more force, then they are going to come from rest to motion. So, for example, if we beat a carpet with a stick, then the carpet comes into motion, but the dust particles which you will see, they are in the state of inertia of rest. There are so many examples covered in our textbooks once you go through the inertia of rest. And next we come for inertia of motion. What is inertia of motion? If object is in motion, continuously will be in motion. Until you apply a force, then it can't change its motion. That is what we call as inertia of motion. In a body is in motion continuously. Until you apply a force, the object does not change its motion. Either it will be uniform or in straight line it is traveling. Uniform motion is nothing but straight line. So that if the body is in motion, until you apply a force, a body does not stop. So here the resistance is going to, for example, when you come for example, if a person jumps from a moving bus or suddenly, or if a moving, for example, a person is traveling in a bus, suddenly the bus stops. What will happen to the passenger inside the bus? When a bus stops suddenly, the person is going to fall backward, whereas the lower part will be not, because whenever the bus stops suddenly, the lower part will be at rest. The upper part will be in motion along with the bus. That's why a passenger is going to fall forward. And also one more example, what will happen if a passenger jumps suddenly from a moving bus? And listen carefully, don't try this. If a person jumps from moving bus suddenly, then what will happen? He is going to fall forward. Why? Because whenever he jumps from a moving bus, the lower part of the body will be at rest, but the upper part will be in motion along with the bus. That's why the passenger is going to fall forward. And also an athlete who is going to, before he is going to jump a long jump, he is going to run some distance. Why he takes some distance? Why? Because of inertia of motion, he is going to jump long distance. Even a force bowler also, before he bowl a bouncer, he is going to take some distance. Why? Because to get velocity. And this inertia of motion also will be helpful in our daily life. And next, inertia of direction. For example, if you are traveling in a bus, suddenly if a bus takes a turn, then the person also is going to move away from the direction. That is possible because of inertia of direction. And even for our vehicles, we are going to use mud pads. Mud pads is nothing but in rainy season we are going to use, because the mud which will be the tiles, it come tangentially. That is also because of inertia of direction. So Newton's first law is also called as what? Galileo law of inertia or inertia. What is inertia actually? Inertia is nothing but the resistance or the inability to change its state from rest or from motion and direction. That what we call it as inertia. How many types of inertia is divided into? The inertia is classified into 3 types: inertia of rest, inertia of motion, and inertia of direction. What Newton's first law is going to explain about Newton's first law, he want to give the definition of force. So that in Newton's first law, force plays a major role. So in order to come from rest to motion, we have required a force, and even from motion to rest, we have required a force, and even from to change the direction also we are going to require a force. So Newton's first law want to give the definition of force. Whereas to go for second law,